Nigerians who are victims of impunity in government by corrupt political class are fed up. This is BVI Channel 1. You're welcome on this live broadcast, Political Review. And tonight, we are going to be looking at the latest video trending online. Let's have a quick look. I'll be right back.
This is a WhatsApp sent by Tinubu's group. No, read it out. I want to read that. Everybody can
forward to our left.
No,
okay.
Just read that one.
Yoruba, shine your eyes on. If you vote for Tinubu, it's automatically voting for Seaport in South and Southeast. Then Igbos will stop coming to Lagos State to invest. Rather, they will go to Delta and River State.
You're welcome back. We are still on Political Review. I'm Asuchi Peters, your host. This is a live interactive section where we discuss important political issues that affect us, especially on this build-up towards 2023 Nigeria general election. What we have on the news today is the P2B leaked video where he was having a conversation with a couple of people whom I believe some of them he identified as supporters of Tinubu right there. It was like showing a WhatsApp group that was sending out or that is sending out some kind of incitive or instigative shots or propaganda to bring about some kind of ethnic divide. Now, I want you to take a look at it in case you've not seen it, and we will come back right here to have your opinion on that. We expect you to drop your comment, or you call the numbers you see here on the screen, +2348104554533 to join the conversation or to make your opinion known. Okay? So without wasting your time, let us quickly have a recap on that very video where P2B was making that very highlight. I'll be right back.
I read very well, and everybody will think.
Yes.
This is a WhatsApp sent by Tinubu's group. No, read it out. I want to read that. Everybody can
Forward to our left.
No, read it.
Okay.
Just read out what it says.
Yoruba, shine your eyes on. If you vote for Tinubu, it's automatically voting for Seaport in South and Southeast. Then Igbos will stop coming to Lagos State to invest. Rather, they will go to Delta and River State. They may even stop building houses in Lagos. It will affect a lot of Yorubas. Yoruba Remu.
This is your content. He don't see the value of let's have something better. He reads all the confusion, and that's it. And he was about it. I'm not sorry.
It's okay.
He was about it.
It's okay.
Once he comes here and give him one, he said, Jagaban is the best country. Even when he comes to work. That's the problem of the country. That's the problem. Let's ask himself a question. Hey, he will tell you. Somebody said to me, these candidates, they were the people who fought about to stand still. I said, okay. That he even lost everything.
You're welcome back again. This is still Political Review. The video you just watched right now is where this Mr. P2B, the Labour Party presidential candidate, was having a conversation and revealing something that people consider a highly sensitive exposition, talking about Tinubu pushing out, or Tinubu's camp, Tinubu supporters pushing out a kind of propaganda that might cause ethnic divide. We are going to look at it from different perspectives, and we expect you to make your submission with respect to this discussion we are having tonight through the numbers you're seeing right here, +234-810-4545-533, or you just drop your comments on the comment box, and we will identify them. Only relevant ones we will be reading out to the general public. This is a political review and a live broadcast to give our viewers and followers an opportunity to be part of the discussion we are bringing on our platform. Okay? The people that will be joining me later. And like I said earlier, the conversation is open to everyone as long as you have something worthwhile, positively, to add to this conversation. All right, now let's take this issue one after the other. Once again, I want you to recap on exactly some of the words right there from the conversation. It's very important. Let us go back there and watch what P2B revealed, and we'll take it once again, one after the other.
I read very well, and everybody will think.
Yes.
This is a WhatsApp sent by Tinubu's group. No, read it out. I want to read it out. Everybody can.
Power Gland Lab.
No, read it.
Okay.
Just read out what it says.
Yoruba, shine your eyes on. If you vote for P2B, is automatically voting for seaport in South and Southeast. Then Igbos will stop coming to Lagos State to invest. Rather, they will go to Delta and River State. They may even stop building houses in Lagos. It will affect a lot of Yorubas. Yoruba Renu.
This is your content. He don't see the value of let's have something better. He reads all the confusion, and that's it. And he will support it. I'm not sorry, I don't use it.
It's okay.
You will support him.
It's okay.
Once he comes here and give him one, he says, Jagaban is the best candidate. Even when he comes to work. That's the problem of the country. That's the problem. Let's ask himself a question. Hey, he will tell you. Somebody said to me, these candidates, they were the people who fought about to a standstill. I said, okay. And he even lost everything.
Thank you. You've just watched that video again. And if you are listening to the conversation, especially as brought to the people there by P2B, saying this WhatsApp group, you know, this is a world of internet, world of social media. There are so many WhatsApp groups, support groups out there, and people are being added to these groups. And from that conversation, P2B got this hint, showing the people there what actually was happening among some people who are, you know, putting up messages, trying to incite ethnic divide, trying to tell the Yorubas that if P2B becomes president, that he is going to set up seaport in the southeast and on the south-south. And the implication is that Lagos economy will depreciate. Now, some people out there will start shouting, yes, is that not what we were saying before? There had been an agitation about the southeast having a seaport. This is not a new thing. But trying to politicize it in this manner is to send the wrong signal so that he will not just start, you know, appealing to the Yorubas, but he will start igniting agitation from the southeast, they will now start shouting, I told you, you are not part of Nigeria. This is one Nigeria for you, and the rest of them. You know, trying to whip up that Biafra agitation positions. Okay? You know, they've been trying all this while to corner or to limit or to push P2B to a corner of like a Biafran presidential candidate. That whatever that is happening with the obedient movement has to do with the Biafra people, has to do with the Southeast, has to do with ethnicity. That is the picture they've been trying every means to sell to Nigerian people. Because they've seen the widespread of acceptability of P2B candidacy and that of Dati at 2023 presidential election. They've seen the organic followership coming from all corners. They are threatened. So the only way they can bring or to break this movement is to introduce ethnic bigotry, religious sentiment, and the rest of them. They try to whip it up. I am just making this video to address especially the Southeasterners that you do not fall into this trap. Actually, P2B himself might not even know that this could be their target. Their primary target is to whip up that sentiment and let it overshadow the entire obedient movement, and people will not leave issue-based campaign and start talking about ethnic based campaign. You know, trying to whip up the sentiment of the Southeast that has always been there for God knows how long. For God knows how long. There has been an agitation from the, let me say, Southeast political class trying to say, dredge the River Niger and build a seaport, and also open up more seaports in the Southeast or the South-South. This is not the first time, but the way they are pushing it and the way they narrated it from that very point of view, coming from that WhatsApp message, which I've already seen it in so many platforms, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube, people dropping these comments. You know, they've got some mercenaries of or armies of internet warriors who are just there to sell this message, to sow this seed of ethnicity and or ethnic divide, whichever way you want to put it. So I want to give our people heads up. Why we are here is to make exposition. That is why it is important what we are doing right here on this platform, and especially on our live broadcast. On our live broadcast, we throw the platform open to get your own opinion, for you to share your own opinion, so that the world and the rest of other people, wider audience, can tap from your own opinion. That is why we are making available this program from Monday to Fridays on weekdays, between the hours of 4 to 8 o'clock. That's when we normally do this program. It's not specifically fixed at a particular time. So what I'm saying all this is to give our people heads up. Not just the Southeasterners, but all Nigerians who are victims of corrupt political class and impurity in government as we have it in Nigeria. It's a heads up, everyone. It is another means to whip up this ethnic bigotry. And they might have had a catch by having P2B in a conversation like this, you know, bring up this issue in this manner. If you go to the Twitter, these media warriors of both PDP and APC are now fanning it up. They are now fanning it up on their Twitter page. Someone like Rino or Mokri, the one that is mocking himself, and the one that is calling himself Deji. All right? So if you look at what they are doing, and the rest of them, they are all whipping up this ethnic sentiment to, you know, divide the obedient movement, to bring ethnic bigotry into the obedient movement, to break the movement. But I can tell you they have failed, because people like us are here to stand in the gap, to give the people heads up. They are trying to tell you, ordinary Nigerian people from Yoruba extraction, that if P2B becomes the president, he will set up, what do you call it? Wharf, seaport at the southeast and the south-south. What had that got to do with the election? Trying to tell them that if that happens, all Igbos will return back home and they will no longer invest in Lagos. That is their narrative. And it will start affecting them. You that is in Lagos, whether Igbo, Hausa or Yoruba, the impact of the congested wharves in Lagos, the hardship it is bringing on people who are living in Lagos, is that not enough for a sensible government, a visionary government, to spread its operation wherever it deems fit or wherever it is necessary, so that you have an even, development, economic expansion of the country? Lagos is over congested. If you look at that Apapa Wharf area, it is impassable. People who live in Lagos can attest to that. It has brought untold hardship. But he's using that same inefficiency of government, clueless government that do not know exactly what to do, so that the people can have a sigh of relief. They are selling this backward propaganda. I call it backward propaganda because who will it benefit? Who will be the beneficiary of this lousy propaganda by these people? Okay? So, that is one of the things we are looking at today. What is actually instigating them to sell that kind of propaganda to the Yorubas? An average Yoruba man is a victim of bad governance. Like I said in the video I published before now, that everyone, all Nigerians are victims of bad government, victims of corruption, victims of the impunity as perpetuated by these recycled old politicians, never do well politicians that had made the lives of Nigerian people miserable. Since the Apapa Wharf or the concentration of seaports in Lagos, how does that impact in the life of an ordinary suffering Yoruba youth? That after work, the only job available for you is to go and do aburu or to go and do offload at the wharf. That is the kind of job he is keeping or is trying to secure for you, using that kind of mentality. Using that kind of mentality to sell ethnic bigotry. And unsuspecting Southeasterners will jump at it and start, agitating and fanning that narrative, and people will say, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? This thing, obedient movement, it is the Southeast, blah, 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 and the rest of them. That is their game plan. And we are here to thwart it. If you understand what we are saying, I will encourage you to share this video. Let everyone be part of this conversation so that we will open the eyes of Nigerian people. We will open the eyes of every Nigerian to understand this is, they are laying an ambush to destroy this movement. But we are going to frustrate their enterprise. I already have Ndubisi and Enugu and Mazi Uzebu from Italy joining me on this conversation. Hello, Mazi Uzebu, good evening to you from here.
Good evening, Mr. Chinedu.
You're welcome to the program.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Good evening, our viewers all over the world.
Okay, and Ndubisi, you are there already. Can I have you say hello to our viewers?
Yeah, hello. Good evening to you, Chinedu, and good evening to our viewers in Nigeria and elsewhere. Thank you, Chinedu, for the good job you are doing.
Okay, thank you
Let me
very
stand
much.
back.
Thank you very much, Ndubisi. I'll be bringing you guys on to, you know what we're talking about tonight. The video that is spreading across with respect to P2B, making that exposition in a conversation with some people about Tinubu's scam, selling the idea that if he becomes the president, if P2B wins and becomes the president, he's going to shift the activities and operation of seaports to the southeast and south-south. What do you make of it? What do you think about it from your own perspective, Mazi Uzebu?
Well, as every secret agenda of these people are coming out, I would like to encourage all the obedience, encouraging the Southeasterners in general, because our hard work and perseverance is the cause of our hatred in that British contraption called Nigeria. They jealous us because we are hardworking. They jealous us because we are intelligent. They jealous us because we go outside and develop other countries and other villages and other towns all over the world. We should summon courage now, unite together to send these people to their own home. Majority of these rulers in Nigeria that have been ruling Nigerians are not Nigerians. The man you are talking about is his origin is from Sierra Leone, and many of them are from Sierra Leone. Nigerians must try to understand, know history, and take back Nigeria as our obedient party has already said. That is the fact. We should not relent. In whichever form they are trying to distract people, we must resist them. Now and forever.
Okay, all right. Mazi Uzebu, do you see the plot from this whole thing to bring ethnicity into this whole narrative of obedient movement? How do you see that from that angle?
It's what this man is trying to do and his group, but it will not work because already the truth is very bitter and there's nothing you can do about it because it's an authentic truth. There's nothing will make the obedient people to distract because they have seen the truth. We thank God that the CV of the president and his vice president is very clear to the whole entire world. So I don't know where they can get two intelligent human beings that want to repair the damages these criminals have done for the past 40 or 50 years ago. Nigerians must awake and embrace obedient movement. That's my take.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chinedu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, Ndubisi, can we have your opinion on what we're talking about tonight? What do you think? What do you make of it? What is your thought about this discussion that we're having tonight?
Yeah, thank you, Chinedu. I do not think that the video, the trending video, in respect to our discussion this evening, will divide the obedient movement. Of course, we should know that the situation we are facing now is between the people. In fact, have already divided different classes we have in the Nigerian society. What we call class struggle, struggle between the wicked and oppressive ruling class, the elites and the masses. Yes, P2B represents what the people are asking for, even though some people will want to argue that P2B has been a politician, is a politician, or was and is a politician on the part of the elites, the ruling class. But P2B message has connected the ordinary people, the suffering people, the oppressed people on the street, the working class, the modern slavery we have in the society. P2B is representing their face. So there is already a class struggle between the wicked and oppressive political class and the masses. So it's not about P2B. The movement is even far above P2B. P2B is just the face. So whoever that is thinking that he will say anything or he will do anything that will divide Nigerians, Nigerians have already known. Thanks to social media, a lot of people's eyes have been opened to face the reality of the moment. You know, we've been living in the world of deceit, the world of deceit, starting from the church to even the universities, even the school, the civil service, even the corporate organizations where I worked in the bank. People are afraid to face their boss in office and face them with the truth.
Exactly.
People are afraid of being sacked, of being victimized, of being appraised lowly, you know.
Yeah.
So the thing has gone, hello?
Yeah, go on.
It has gone as far as to even ordinary village meeting, that people are afraid to speak out. It has gone as far as association, meeting of town union meeting, politics. People are always afraid. The slave mentality has caught up with almost everybody in the society. And that is why things are not working. Things are turned upside down. Even when somebody that has not gone to school has noticed that things are not done the right way, you know, but he will be thinking that those who are professors, those who has doctorate degrees, that they should know better and are doing the right thing. But perhaps they are not doing the right thing. So the person that didn't go to school will be cowardly or timidly be afraid to correct the impression, because in where he is, he has the so-called educated people doing the thing the wrong way. So what I'm saying is that Chinedu is between the public interest and personal interest. Those who will support those political elites are pursuing their personal interest. That is, if you see some of the commoners on the street, like someone like Tinubu APC supporting him, you know his note that the person directly or indirectly is benefiting from him, or expecting to benefit from him, or waiting to be given contract or given job from the Tinubu of a person. The same thing with Atiku. If you see people supporting him, you know that those people are waiting for job, for contract, for patronage, for dollar. Apart from that, now you have the masses with obedient movement. Those masses are not waiting to benefit anything from P2B or from Labour Party, but what they are doing is to ensure that the new political order is initiated and executed. Execution of that new political order, that is what everybody is expecting. That when P2B goes in, a new political order, not just P2B, from the local government to state level, people will be excited that the so-called cabal that has held them down for several years have been overthrown with what? Ballot through ballot revolution, just just voters card. That alone will give people sense of excitement and joy in their heart that a new order has been initiated. So the video trending has no meaning to me, because the more they trend, the more people get angry. So if I want to talk about the issue under discussion of somebody saying that if P2B comes in, he will decongest, because he's decongest Lagos economic activities. He will redistribute it to other parts of the country, and thereby Lagos or Yorubas will start losing their revenue. You know, we are not kids. We are not kids. Most of us, and even the average people on the street, even those people who you believe have not gone to school, are more exposed now. They are more smart. They are more intelligent than myself, that believe that I've gone to school. So if you are telling them that, then you should go and talk to their ancestors, because whatever revenue you are talking of is only benefiting few people in Lagos, the cabal, the elites, the political elites. It doesn't go down to the ordinary people in Ajegunle. Those people in Urure, Ketu, Ojota, they don't know what you are talking about revenue, because the elites will continue to use them, will continue to make more money, make life better for themselves. That does not affect the house rent, the cost of house rent. That does not affect electricity. That does not affect water. As big as Lagos is, what Lagos doesn't have public water system that is running to every household in Lagos. Lagos doesn't have it. So if you are talking of revenue going down and moving to southeast or southwest, no, it is only the cabal, the elites, it is only the butchers that the thing will affect. It doesn't affect the ordinary people in Lagos. The purchasing power of people in Lagos will remain, you know. What increases the purchasing power of people is the economic activities and the population size of the people there. And what attracts people to a given place or area is the economic activities in that area. Lagos is already overpopulated, you know. People should even be considering relocating so many businesses and so many headquarters, so many head offices of all the corporate organizations in Nigeria, like banks. All of them are domiciled in Lagos. So people should be talking about relocating some of these head offices to regional offices like Enugu, like Port Harcourt, like Calabar, and all those whatnot. Why must you concentrate everything in Lagos? It's just like concentration of power, exclusive power of federal government in Abuja. Is it not what we are talking about? That the Abuja is too powerful. That for you to have just small thing in Oka here, somebody will tell you that I need approval from Abuja. No, economy, and you don't achieve productive economy through that means. For you to achieve consumption to production, so many things have to go. And so what P2B is saying is obvious. If anybody is against it, you know, the person is enemy of progress. So if anybody is sending a message encouraging the Yorubas to ignore P2B because he will do what will ensure that you have equitable distribution of resources, income distribution, even distribution of income in the country, you know, the person is not just deceiving himself. He's living in the past. That is my submission for now. Let me pause.
Yes, thank you very much. In case you're just joining us, this is BVI Channel 1 Political Review. And we're talking about the issue of trying to incite ethnic divide among Nigerian electorates, as pointed out by Peter Obi in a viral video that is quite trending. If you want to be part of this conversation, you can drop your comments. We will observe and read out some of the comments that are relevant. And on this conversation, you can also make use of these numbers right here on the screen, +234 8104 545 533. to make your submission known. So the two gentlemen we have here on with me is Ndubisi Enugu. He is a leader and the Ambassador General of Good Governance Ministry. He's right here with me over the phone. And we have Mazi Uzebu, who is joining us, or who has joined us from Italy. He's also here to be part of this conversation. So now, Ndubisi, you know, I look at things from a different angle. Posting that, making that commentary and posting it and distributing it across some social media platform. I've seen that on the Twitter, that very commentary that was read by Peter Obi, the people that he gave the phone and said they should read out what they were distributing on that WhatsApp. I've already seen that comment on Facebook, I've seen it on Twitter and other social media platforms. Do you think their target was just the Yorubas, or their target is actually the Biafra agitators who they might be targeting to whip up their sentiment, raise dust, and probably use that to overshadow the issue-based political campaign that is going on among the obedient movement across Nigeria? Is that, do you look at it from that perspective, or is there a possibility that they are looking towards that direction? Ndubisi?
No, I do not think so. I don't think so. That message is dead on arrival. Whether it's trending or not, it won't go far. Within the next few days, it will die down, because the message is not convincing, and it will not convince anybody. No. You know, he's targeting the Yorubas, not the Biafran people.
Yeah, actually, he's targeting the Yorubas. I've seen some people from the Yoruba who are making tweets saying that they've made up their mind, it is obedient or nothing. They are all routing in for P2B. I've also seen people from the north making the same comment. In fact, they were responding to Rido Omokri because he capitalized on this very video and started making propaganda, even to the point of saying that P2B have lost all the votes from the Yorubas by bringing this thing to the public domain. You see that? So, and we know that Rido Omokri is PDP steward or PDP media propagandist, all right? But I'm looking at the reaction of the people of the Southeast, because I've also started seeing people who are dropping comments, while I'm seeing more of the Yorubas and the Northerners saying that they have pledged their loyalty on obedience movement, and there's nothing that can change that. Okay, now I'm seeing a couple of people who are already carried away by that very sentiment that I told you that we are not part of Nigeria, they have left you behind. You know, that kind of commentaries, throwing a jab, trying to whip up this agitation, because ultimately all they are trying to do is to, you know, box obedient movement to one corner as though it is an ethnic movement. Ndubisi?
Yeah, I'm here. Is that a question to me?
Yeah, it's a reaction for you to take a look at, if you are looking at it from that perspective.
Okay, if I understand what you meant, I just like I said, I want to still restate that the message or P2B coming, passing the message on public domain or reading that thing out and getting it out will not affect anything. The guy that started it is a propaganda to get the support of the Yoruba people. That this is the master plan of Peter Obi, that Yoruba should be conscious of that. But that thing, what I'm saying is that it will work against the intention of that message. Because at the end of the day, people have come to know that the political elites, these elites, I keep on repeating myself, that APC made mistake to produce somebody like Tinubu to be their flag bearer. Had it been that they have somebody like Osibanjo, Professor Osibanjo, whatever propaganda anybody is dishing out will have meaning. They have already shot themselves on the leg or wherever. And Tinubu himself made another mistake to choose a Muslim vice president. Now, an article, PDP made mistake instead of picking Wike from the south, because a northerner has held that position for 8 years. So power is natural. Law, justice, equity, fairness, and justice. For that power to relocate to the southern Nigeria. And had it been that PDP gave that their flag bearing or somebody from the south in person of Wike to fly it, then that will play down on the obedient movement. But these two people have made mistake to represent two bad options for Nigerians, and they have no other alternative than to go for the devil they know is better than the angel they don't know, who is Peter Obi. So that message will not, even though intended to play down on Obi movement and to win the support of the Yorubas, perhaps Biafran people, because Biafran people, no, it won't have any impact on the Biafran people, because the Biafran people, the extremist Biafran people who believe that you must be consistent, that if you are asking for Biafra, you have to be doing it morning, afternoon, and night, that everything that comes out of your mouth should be Biafra independent. The any moment you deviate, like Chinedu, some people are seeing you as a sellout, as a saboteur, that you've left Biafra project and started pursuing Obedient. That Obedient is one Nigeria project. The moment you are doing one Nigeria project, you're already a saboteur. So you have people like that in Southeast, people who believe that they are not interested. So it's people like that this message, or if the message is then they will just say, waiting concern us. After all, we are pursuing Biafra. We are not interested in Nigeria. We are not interested in airport, to have airport. And I have seen even educated people reasoning this way,
Yeah.
But I must tell you
That's
that
very
they are in the
worrisome.
minority.
That's very worrisome.
So I want to conclude by saying that, just like I've stated before, that message is dead on arrival. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. In case you're just joining us, we are discussing the exposition of divide and rule. And when we go right to bring you again the very point of our departure, what we are discussing about tonight, when we come right back, we will look at the impact of divide and rule within Nigerian political system. All right? Then we're going to talk about other things that relates to this as we continue in this program. And if you're just joining us, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. We are still on Political Review. I'll be right back.
I read very well, and everybody will think.
Yes.
This is a WhatsApp sent by Tinubu's group. No, read it out. I want to read it out. Everybody.
Power glad label.
No, read it.
Okay.
Just read out what it says.
Yoruba, shine your eyes on. If you vote for Tinubu, is automatically voting for seaport in south and southeast. Then Igbos will stop coming to Lagos State to invest. Rather, they would go to Delta and River State. They may even stop building houses in Lagos. It will affect a lot of Yorubas. Yoruba Remu.
This is your context. He don't see the value of let's have something better. He reads all the confusion, and that's it. And he will support it. sorry, I didn't say
No, it's okay.
he was about to.
It's okay.
Once he comes here and give me money, he said, Jagaban is the best candidate. Even if the money comes to work. That's the problem of the country. That's the problem. Let's ask himself a question. Hey, he will tell you. Somebody said to me, these candidates, they were the people who fought about to stand still. I said, okay. And he even lost everything.
We are still on BVI Channel 1 Political Review, and we are talking about the exposition, the video that is going viral on so many social media platforms where Peter Obi was having a conversation, and that is just the video you just watched right now. Now, we are now talking about, at this point in time, the impact of divide and rule within the Nigeria political setup. Who are the victims? Because these are some of the things we needed to take a look at. These are some of the things we needed to bring forward. Who are the targeted people for these very kind of political gimmicks that's bringing ethnic divides or trying to whip up ethnic sentiment within the Nigeria political setup? Who are always targeted and who are always victim of this very kind of politics? That is part of what we're going to be talking about from now with respect to the topic under review. And just joining me in the conversation right now is Spencer Nyangwalo, the CEO, Prime View TV from London. And also we have Izuebu from Italy, Mazi Izuebu from Italy, who had been here with us, and Ndubisi Anenugu, that is also with us from Oka. Let's give Spencer Nyangwalo the floor to make his submission with respect to what we are talking about. Hello, Spencer. You're welcome to the program.
Hello, BOB channel. You're welcome. Thank you for having me on the program. I've been watching and listening to what I want this interesting topic. Something what happened to this. I don't want. I want to brought up this issue. And to me, I see it as this is what comes from the election. I remember the last election in 2015, 2019, it happened as well. In 2015, we saw that the APC is coming to colonize Nigeria. That is an agenda to colonize Nigeria. The Nigerians need to be aware that Buhari wants to colonize Nigeria will become member. We're already in the United that he's going to take us into that. That will go on. Right. And we found out that was not nothing but fallacy. Now you've added someone who's obviously with you.
Spencer, we are losing you.
Doesn't mean so. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that everyone who supports Asiwaju believes in that nonsense. No, of course. What a fallacy. That's far from the truth. It's nonsense. This is trying to whip up tribal sentiments. And even Peter, if you're bringing it up, even to me, is he himself is bringing up the issue, bringing it to the fore. There's something you overlook. You know, it's nonsense. Why bring that issue up? Me, myself, you yourself, Chinedu, Channel 1, the amount of comments you get from people, if you read all of them out, my brother, we can't make any headway. So politicians will whip up sentiment and use anything in the power. Now, about the thing that technically advice to be afraid, he's only coming to the government among the Yoruba. In fact, also, in a way, those who are for Nigeria to know, that what's they want to vote. It's also to start thinking that, this is the why you buy Nigeria. We told you that you buy Nigeria. And we should go over to it, that this is all politics. There's no need to still have. This is politics. And in Nigeria, I don't know there's really politicians who don't always take advantage of these people. And they've always done it to us since 1999. They've always played without intelligence. Played without intelligence. This person is trying to play the tribal card And people go to the vaccinated by the day of light, because it has confidence. The same when they say that it's not Islamic agenda, it's not a do this. It has not happened. All that was said to be put over by the PDP at the time. Most of these people know where the ones who were putting themselves together. They were happy when they did that. But we need to start telling ourselves the truth. We need to tell the truth what we say. There's no way, that you can come and follow Nigeria without needing to go to the House of Senate. When you get to the House of Senate, you are the House of Reps, you need to go through that process. But this is not dictatorship. But there's some that at the end, people got scared. Some people actually voted against Buhari because of that. And that's the thing. So we need to start when we say, this is nonsense. That man saying who's the road of my family, he doesn't represent everybody. That's support Tinubu. That's not, it doesn't mean that every member believes in that. That's not true. We do want devolution of the power. We do want restructuring in Nigeria, and that's what we want. Tinubu Propaganda is about restructuring. He's talking about it to stop power. He's talking about it every week. Regional government. That's what he is. And that's some of us are supporting him. Because of what he did in Lagos. He made sure Lagos was like everything. He went against the federal government and fought for the freeway. The freeway, you see, when the before, the freeway, like water with the transportation in Lagos State. Tinubu went and fought and won the federal government. And that's why the next thing from FC in Lagos State, go to the state statement in Lagos. So he don't want to believe, he doesn't believe in the power of the cycle of no. If you did, why would you fight for the state? So the fighting the state to generate everything. So he doesn't believe in all that. He will gladly, he will give power to the south, but he will cover with the seaports, he will make international flights all over the part of Nigeria, have the way of Nigeria. That's what people believe in. So this person does not represent what the APC believes in. He does not represent what Tinubu believes in. And it does a misclip. But for the comment that Tinubu believes in, how do you know the reason to do it the other day? Because when you come to the party of the Labour Party, some of them are just nonsense too. Some of them are saying, but you don't really believe that before. So you need to be careful. It's politics. I'm going to speak that you need to see it. When it comes to election, people are going to pull all over the streets to try and get one over and win. Because it's creating the same. But like I said, as I know, I'm a man from the class which is a Labour. There is no way, or no, that's not what we believe in. We do not believe that we don't want power to go to the south, we don't want to all that. It's got to do with who government. It's trying to wash the science and I better leave it. Okay, I don't want to this science, and it's not going to work. We know how it is. Like you said, Tinubu, those from the Labour Party who are from the southwest and the north, some of them are telling you that they don't care. They don't believe it, that isn't true. So you cannot say that it's what the Tinubu can't believe it. That's why they like what people say. You're going to put Tinubu, look at that. Tinubu does not believe something to that. So why link him to it? That's why I object. Why link him to that? That's a stupid comment. I can link it to some comments that IPOB people make. Would that be right? It'd be very wrong of me. So please, let's separate this whole thing. I'll tell ourselves the truth. The truth is that's a great statement to make. It's starting with sentiment similar to trying to tell us that Nigeria will be Islamic if people vote Buhari or vote a Muslim. It's similar to that sentiment and it's very wrong. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Spencer, for your own submission. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and that is why we are here to give everybody a voice. Okay? Izobu, are you there with us?
Yes, thank you, Chinedu.
Do you have anything to add to what Spencer have just stated from what you have just said so far with respect to this issue we are discussing?
Yes, you could see that the situation has already changed, and I think guilty conscience is worrying all these criminals that has been destroying our common world. They are afraid of obedience. And I want to talk to our Southeasterners in particular, and our Niger Delta brothers. If this man could be afraid of what is going to happen to them, why can't we unite and start making a headway going home to develop our region? Now he's afraid that Lagos will go down. The economy of Lagos will go down. Who and who are running a Lagos economy? It's the same man and his family. He's exposing himself, and I think people will capitalize on this. Even he feel he want to use to destroy Obedient, to summon courage and send these people home come 2023. Enough is enough. A government that used about 18-point-something billion to clear bush, nobody asked them, where is the money? What happened? Who eat the money? Why using 18-point-something billion to clear bush? Which bush? Which agriculture? Minister of Agriculture, Federal Government of Nigeria. The citizens of Nigeria must resist these evil people. They are demonic cancer that plague Nigeria economy. They capitalize on our natural resources with their foreign masters, and they want to continue exploiting, impoverishing the poor masses that keep them living with our natural resources. We have to say no to this. The Easterners, the Midwesterners, the riverine areas, they must learn from this distraction he wants to do, to know that we are the light of that nation, and we have to unite to resist these people to the end. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
From all this cabal.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chinedu.
Yeah, thank you very much. And, you know, we're talking about this politics of ethnicity. Spencer, you're saying that the video or the comments from P2B, you are saying that it's a fallacy. Is that what you're saying from all that you said? That is not true? That people are not selling that idea? Because personally, me, I've seen a couple of comments like that from different quarters. And I also seen the funding of that very post across board. Spencer, are you telling us that truly such thing does not exist?
Well, Chinedu, how can I tell you that? How can I tell you that such thing does not exist? Of course, there are thousands of different comments on the internet flying around that don't represent what we represent. That doesn't represent what the APC stands for. Doesn't represent Tinubu himself. How can you come and try and bring it to represent the whole movement? It's like if an Igbo person says something, you now say that Igbo person's come and represent what every Igbo person brings. If those people that are agitating and going by the wrong way, does it mean that that's what all Igbo people believe in? We need to be honest with ourselves. This is just a misread. People who have the ideology will hold those ideology. Some people believe that an Igbo man shouldn't exist in Nigeria. Some people believe that a full animal is the worst thing that ever happened to Nigeria. But we have to live and let live. And that's the reality. So you telling me that do I believe it? Of course, I don't. That's not what we believe in. And there are, of course, those comments are probably made. And even those comments you're going to give us to the community. Also, from all sides, from the Labour Party, even from everywhere. When it comes to campaigns, that people think that all manner of attacks, all manner of smear, they come with all tactics to try and win. That's what's happening now. The campaigns are about to start soon. You're going to see people who are sprint that soon. All right? They started with Tinubu things this and that. They started with people. They started with B.O.D. You see them flying all around. So let's not try to single this thing out and make it into a bigger thing. This is just what this could made a comment. And there are other comments. The APC tried to bring a lot of the you can't be right. That'd be absolutely correct. You say the thing that you must believe in, all you must believe in that. You don't believe so. The nigga that you never want to want to is not what you expect. It's not sad to think so. What we're saying is, when we see something coming, we should all come out and condemn it and not try and exacerbate it. is actually the belief of a certain section, a certain political party. That would be absolutely wrong. And that's what I can see happening there. And that's one thing that I need to come up to speak. It does not represent what the APC believes in. The APC does not believe that. It doesn't represent what the Yoruba tribe believes in. They do not believe that. I have to represent. Just like you confirm the fact that some people at the level of they don't believe it, that's still going to go to the opposition. That speaks volumes for itself. So what I'm saying to you, please, let's be honest, let's see for what they are. Let's take things accordingly. This is just a comment that is one of those stupid comments that people make. Yeah, you shouldn't try and say that that's what all Yoruba believe in, or all of the APC supporters believe in. I'm an APC supporter. Do I not want power to come to this country? Think about that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Spencer, I think your perception has been very clear on the position we're talking about today. What we're talking about today, your position is very clear on it. We are still talking about the general public. We are still talking about the politics of divide and rule. Now, I want to ask you, Spencer, but from what we've seen so far from APC government, I know you are a strong supporter of APC. Can you tell us from what we've seen so far, from the day one, from the first tenure of Buhari and the APC, and you know that the people we are talking about, the Tinubu we are talking about today is the leader of APC. Now, the president came out to talk about 95% and 5% of those who supported him, those he's going to concentrate his activities for, and the rest of them. Now, can you tell me, don't this message reflect the ideology of APC, trying to play the politics of ethnicity and also, justifying the position of many Southeasterners seeing APC as an anti-Southeast? So you, as a Southeasterner, what is propelling you or inspiring you to be a very strong APC supporter from the day one till today? You've been, although on and off, but you are back on APC and supporting Tinubu's candidacy. Don't you see that trace of ethnicity within their line of ideology?
Chinedu, like you're asking me, what propels me, what's the motivation for me to be an APC supporter? And I can tell you that from the beginning, since 1999, 1998, Nigeria was a one-party system, one-party state. The PDP was a colossus, a mammoth. But you just have to get the ticket for the PDP and you win an election. That's how big they were. And for me, the attraction was we needed to dislodge that power stranglehold they had. The same way you're happy to be joining the Labour Party. That's the same way I feel. That's how I saw it at the time. I saw it, and why would there be just one political party who swore and they were pumping their chest saying they're going to rule Nigeria for 60 years? And nothing will happen. There was massive and corruption was rife. They were following, they were talking about Nigeria. And you think that it isn't right that people who felt that this was enough would come together and say, look, let's put our differences aside. Let's come together, some from the southeast, some from the northwest, some from the northeast, some from the southwest. Let's go and fight this battle and grab power from these people. And that was how the second most powerful party in Nigeria. Because today the APC is the strongest party till now. The second most powerful political party in Nigeria emerged, and that was the PDP. So what we're seeing in the making right now, that's why I don't have big grudge anyone joining the Labour Party. I encourage people to join them. But I always tell them about the reality of Nigeria. People are joining the Labour Party because they want an alternative force. And that's correct, and that's right. But that doesn't mean that me should not abandon the second force that grappled power from the mammoth and then leave it for what? For what happened? For Nigeria to disintegrate to another one party system again? We can't do that. We need to remain blend, and that's how ideologies are formed, Ideologies are formed by staying where you are and remaining there I don't believe in moving around. Those who are in the PDP should remain in the PDP. Those who are in the Labour Party, after the to be elected, should remain in the Labour Party. And that's how you now start creating ideology.
So what I'm asking you, Spencer, is what ideology is APC what ideology of APC that is attracted to you, that made you to be part of APC? You have heard you say that before during 1999 or during the first political experiment since 1999 that PDP dominated, Nigeria was like a one-party system. And for you to join APC is to wrestle power away from PDP. I have so many people who had that very ideology, but today they are not part of APC because they believe that they are not representing the ideology they believed will play out.
Chinedu, anybody telling you about an ideology in Nigeria is a lie, because it's not being honest. As it stands today in Nigeria, there are no political party has an ideology yet. That's why you see them carpeting. That's why St. Peter B could even just leave PDP and jump into the Labour Party. If the Labour Party stood up for what they believe in, they would never have admitted him. He's a capitalist, for Christ's sake. He's a complete capitalist. What he did in the Labour Party? The Labour Party represents the working class people. He doesn't represent them. But because there's no ideology in Nigeria, he's able to push carpet and be accepted, and people don't even see. So for me at the moment, there is no ideology in Nigeria, none whatsoever in the politics.
So you join a political party that has no ideology. Is that what you're saying?
At the moment in Nigeria, no political, they're all the same, my brother. It's all about power, grappling power. Some have semblances of people.
Okay, it's all about power sharing. It's all about power. It's not about ideology.
Yeah.
And that's why you supported. Then what's the difference between? What's the difference between?
Let me finish. Let me finish now. What you have is you have individuals in those political parties who have their own ideologies, bringing it along. So I could have I believe in I live in the UK and I believe in the Labour Party kind of ideology, the welfare system. If I get to power in Nigeria, for instance, I could bring some of those ideals into the APC, but it doesn't mean that the APC is has an ideology, really, besides. No. It means that I'm bringing in my ideology into the APC and trying to infuse it into the party. And this is what happens with politics all over the world. Over time, those individuals that come into this party could now influence the party to now hold on to an ideology which they will work with. It only takes that, for instance, if the APC truly live up to the progressive, they call themselves the progressives. If they live up to that word and believe in, an egalitarian kind of system where everyone should be equal and all that, you start seeing some semblance of the welfare system where people who are not working could get some stipends to keep them going. The healthcare will be free. Education free across Nigeria. These are the part of ideology that has some. So if they really stop doing those kind of things that you can now relax
Excuse me, Spencer. Let us be taking it this thing one after. Let us not mumble up a lot of things. Now, you made it clear why you joined APC to wrestle power away from PDP, and it coincides with many people who joined the APC came together from different political parties, including PDP, to wrestle power from APC. Is that also?
Yeah, to wrestle power from PDP, yes.
All right.
PDP.
Now, you are saying that no political party in Nigeria now is driven by ideology. Okay. Now,
that's exactly.
To you,
yep.
have you had that opinion that as far as Nigeria is concerned, you only have two major parties that are really in the race in Nigeria?
At the moment, as things stand, because of the political spread that you need in Nigeria, the Constitution tells you that you need to win in 24 states, and you need to win with a minimum of 25% of all the votes in those states, of the 24 states out of 36, and you also need to have the majority of all the votes cast. So for you to win, Nigeria, you need to be a widespread party. You can't just be a party that doesn't exist across Nigeria.
Now,
You need to have
that's what I'm asking
roots.
you. That's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you. As Nigeria is today, there are two parties as long as you're concerned.
As far as I'm concerned, there were two political parties, but I can see a third force emerging, which I've encouraged.
I didn't get that. You say what?
As things stand in Nigeria, we only have two political parties, but I can see a third force emerging, which is the Labour Party.
Okay, they've not emerged yet. Now, within these two major political parties, will it be right to say that two of them are two sides of the same coin? That there is no difference based on what you said about ideology, that is all about power, power, power. And the impunity that we've seen in PDP is so far being seen in APC.
Now, what I'll tell you is that they're all, even the Labour Party are still the same. You know why? Because the same individuals in the Labour Party were the same people you saw in the PDP and in the APC. Go and verify. The same people in the Labour Party today were those ones in the PDP and the APC. So they're all the same people.
Don't
Labour Party is no different.
Don't you think that some of the people you are talking about today in Labour Party, as you mentioned, are people who have been trying to make an impact from within the political parties they've been before and realize that, look, this party cannot guarantee the ideology I am pursuing. So is it wrong for the person to move when he knows that this party have been saturated by a kind of political class that are so corrupt to the point that they don't care about anything other than to hold on to power?
And that was how the APC was created, my brother. That was how APC
and that's
was
what I'm
created.
saying. When APC was created, is there any difference from PDP? That's what I'm asking.
No, what I'm saying is what you just outlined now was the reason why the APC was created. That's how the APC was created. Because people who were disgruntled within the PDP, for whatever reason you put it down to, decided that they don't want it, they've had enough. People who were disgruntled in being part of a fringe party that had no friend decided, look, it's time we come and do something about corrupting power. People who had a few states who said that we can bring ourselves together, let's put aside our differences, we can work together. That's what's happening in the Labour Party. And by all means, we have the AAC, the Showore Party. Showore has his own political party. Showore decided not to join the PDP. He decided not to join the Labour Party too. He wants to be a man of his own. Showore believes that Labour Party is ridden with people that are corrupt. That's what Showore believes. And he's not going to be part of that. He believes that the APC is ridden by people that are corrupt. That's why he's going to be part of the APC. And he also believes that PDP is ridden with people who started the corruption in Nigeria. And now he decided to create his political party. But how far can he go? That you have to understand that it's a case of you have to be in it with it. You have to be in there. If you can't be, then you join in there and make a difference from your thing.
Okay, excuse me. You know, you've not really answered the question I am asking, because you pointed out why you joined APC. You've also pointed out why the people that came together, we agreed on that ground, that they came together for one purpose, to wrestle power from PDP. Now they've wrestled power from PDP from 2015 till date. And I'm asking you, is there any difference between what is obtainable in PDP and what is obtainable today in APC?
At the moment, the Labour Party haven't proven themselves.
I'm not talking about the Labour Party now. We are dealing